Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Ghulam Ali from MA4th. Today my topic is MOTH by Mohsin Hamid. Who is Mohsin Hamid? We talk about the Mohsin Hamid. Mohsin Hamid, born 23 July 1971, is a British Pakistani novelist, writer, and brand consultant. His novels are MOTH in 2000, The Reluctant Fundamentalist in 2007, How to Get Filthy Rich in Rising Asia in 2013, and Exact West in 2017. Let's see the character of this novel of MOTH. Daru Sheikh Shahzad, that's called in novel Daru, Aurangzeb, Ozi, Mumtaz, wife of Aurangzeb, Murad Badshah, friend of Daru, Khurram Shah, Dilaram, and Malik Jiwan. All the character of this novel. Now we move to next slide. Story and theme of the novel. On the base of the story, we justify these are the some points. New feudal system in Pakistan, corruption, social drawback, lawlessness, distraction, jealousy, unemployment. Writer draw a picture through the story of Lahorian people and tell us these are the points. Poverty, joblessness, and crime, violation of the law, foreign relation, and the nuclear issues through this story of MOTH. Hamid MOTH is divided of the whole society into two clashes. This story is based on two views. First is very vulgar meaning and other is deep, significant and extent meaning. It is only possible when you take close eye view, then it realize that they are not like this which they pretend. Mohsin Hamid has created class division between two fanciful powers. One group is belong to upper class, has referred to masses, large and sweetie, and others are lower, poor, middle, small, and wages people. Picture of society in Pakistan. As in Pakistan, one class has a lot of money and they had no concern about their spend hurt and consume it freely on their lavish, and other class have no enough money to spend on their necessities of life. They had made woeful struggle for getting sufficient money, but they had failed. Hamid said one reason behind the class distinction is prevailing disease of corruption. Corruption is very important and significant theme of this novel. Both classes have different complex. Upper class has superiority complex and lower class inferiority complex. This complexity leads the classes to the corruption. Different type of corruption has been seen throughout the novel. Social corruption, moral corruption, political condition, and Pakistani literature. Reported the Mohsin Hamid is a leading emerging voice of his age. He was capable of strong critique of elite class who were responsible for the ideology of Pakistan's social and political masses since 1947. In this novel, Moth Smoke, he condemned the ruling elite during the age of 1990s to 1998 when nuclear of May has been checked. It was the dawn age of economic state of Pakistan and dismissal of Sharif family by General Musharraf when the novel was published. When reader read this novel, they feel sympathy, anger, frustration, hostility for each one. Mohsin Hamid, telling in his novel Moth Smoke ups and downs of the society, he divided the society into two parts. First one is upper class and second is lower class. We say that about upper class character is Aurangzeb, Ozi, and Daru is lower class. Ozi and Daru are two young men. One is belonging to upper class and other is belonging to middle class family. Ozi's father is a corrupt politician and had facilitated all the necessities of life. Daru's father died in very age. Huram uncle, his father friend, looks after his family after the death of his father. Huram uncle has only son and have so much money to fulfill his desires. From childhood to adult age. Writer well defined the history of the novel. Mughal lived in India during this great imperial era. A lot of art, architecture has been produced in subcontinent. But in this novel, Mughal of India presenting the encounter of three main characters. Writer Mohsin Hamid draw a picture of a past on the behalf of these characters: Daru Shekhu Daru, Aurangzeb, Ozi, and Mumtaz. Daru, Daru, Ozi are friends separated by class distinction, and Mumtaz, lover of one and the wife of other, is the novel catalyst. Now we judge the value of Marxism theory on the base of this story by Mohsin Hamid. Marxism foreground the economic statement and their impact on social, political, and culture atmosphere examines that in murder of Aziz Khan and the reluctant fundamentalist, these are the novels those who tell us about the Marxism theory and tell us class distinction is more serious problem than all other social, political, culture and ideological differences. He said, when Pakistan came into being, the Muslim he said when Pakistan came into being, the Muslim who came to Pakistan from India. The story highly comprises the historical viewpoint of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan and his two sons Aurangzeb and Darushekhu. Aurangzeb had faced betrayal from his brother and friend Darushekhu is manipulates his life from manifestation into abstraction, which become less complex when even we get a model solution. Marxism theory implies blending structure and action. We need to understand how Marx sought to bridge the concerns of both philosophies and science in developing theory operate stimulus the levels of structure and action. Now we can discuss some characters. First of all, we discuss Daru Shehu Shahzad called Daru, educated but belongs to lower class family. Loses in the beginning of the novel. Whole story revolves around his joblessness, aimlessness, failure in lived relationship, and frustration of needs life. Hamid defined very clearly in novel. When I was reading this novel, I saw these lines of Mohsin Hamid who write about Darushekh Shahzad, and he wrote a hard man with shrouded eyes, man clad, coupled, proud, erect, a man capable of anything and afraid of nothing. Two gods accompany him, and yes, they are brutes, but the wood offer skin if this man were not chained. He is the terrible, almost hero of great story, powerful, tragic, and dangerous. He alone meets your eyes. The other character of Aurangzeb. Now we can discuss on the behalf of the story Aurangzeb what the writers said in the story about Aurangzeb. Defeating when Daru loses his job, he can't pay bills and other needs of life. That time is actually loses his control in the elite section. Then his life tragedy start. He begins to do many wrong things. He has become drug dealer and killer and moved indulge in the false things and start love affair with his best friend wife Mamtaz. His criminal influence of moth smoke over society. Socio political issues which have made negative effect on society. Actually, writer draw a picture of a social and social and society's values. It's more smoke. It's actual picture of our society who tell us about the values, norms, customs, and traditions. Now we move to another side of slide and discuss a psychological point of view and implementations of society of this novel. If we saw the Daru character and Aurangzeb character, Daru is a capable person who done everything but mentally weak due to addicted of drugs and other social crimes. If we discuss this novel implementation of a society, every writer find and want how to get rid of those things who disturbs our society and uh, want to elaborate and define those things were who are against our society. My self assessment about this novel, it's a Lahore sketch and Lahore sketch and point of view of Lahorian peoples. Writer tell us about the Lahorian peoples, how they live and how they are in past. I mean in 2000. Uh, Hope so you understand my whole discussions. Thank you so much. Jazakallah.